In this video, I will explain converse, inverse and contrapositive of a logical implication. So consider conditional. We know P implies Q, we call it conditional. So if this is a conditional, then Q implies P is called the converse of P implies Q, and negation of P implies negation of Q is called the inverse of P implies Q, and negation of Q implies negation of P is called contrapositive of P implies Q. And then we have P implies Q. Okay, so we'll say a conditional means P implies Q and a contrapositive. So what is contrapositive of P implies Q? It is negation of Q implies negation of P. So negation of Q implies negation of P, negation of P, they are logically equivalent. Okay, so we can verify that using truth table. They are logically equivalent. Okay, and then the converse and the inverse. So what is converse? Converse is Q implies P. So the converse and the inverse. Inverse is what? Negation of P implies negation of Q. They are logically equivalent. So now if I have P and Q, so we will be having four input, right? 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1, and then we know P implies Q is what? It is 1 1 0 1. It will be 1 always except 1 0 pair. And then what will be negation of P? Negation of P will be 1 1 0 0. And what will be negation of Q? Negation of Q will be 1 0 1 0. Okay, and then we are saying the conditional and the contrapositive means negation of Q implies negation of P. So this is contrapositive of conditional. Negation of Q implies negation of P. So negation of Q implies negation of P means we have to consider this first and then this. So 1 1 will be 1, 0 1 will also be 1, 1 0 will be 0 and 0 0 will be 1. So you can see this one and this one, they are same. So that's how we can say they are logically equivalent. Now if I have to check these two, so Q implies P will be what? P implies Q, we consider this first and then Q. Q implies P, we consider this and then we will consider this. So 0 0 will be 1, 1 0 will be 0, 0 1 will be 1, 1 1 will be 1, and then this is equivalent to, we are saying negation of P implies negation of Q means we have to see this first and then this. So P, negation of P implies negation of Q will be 1 1 will be 1, 1 0 will be 0, 0 1 will be 1 and 0 0 will be 1. So you can see these two are same. So if in any expression you have P implies Q, instead of P implies Q you can write negation of Q implies negation of P. Same way if you have Q implies P you can write negation of P implies negation of Q in place of that.